Leading off our 7th annual Football Media Day, we have the Talladega High School Tigers, coached by Ted Darby. Tigers are coming off a season in which they made the playoffs for the first time since 1995. Representing the Tigers today, we have Nigel Scales, Tristan Wells, J.Q. Elston. The Tigers will open the season at home against Alexandria on August the 23rd. Take it away, media.
Coach, how you doing?
All right, how you doing?
Talk about the guys you have with you and the summer. How's summer really going for you guys?
Well, there's several guys I could have brought. I sit here. Well, I said we sit here last year, and we didn't know how to work, and it's still a process in that what we're doing here at Talladega. But these guys, I told them, when the season was over, that we was going to have a tremendous summer to work. And guys, we started spring off 61 kids. We're down to 39 kids now. But that doesn't mean I'm just like the military. I don't need but a few good men. These guys that I've got up here, J.Q. Wilson, Nigel Scales, and Tristan Wells, they bought into it. We got several other ones. You take those three, we got 36 other ones that's bought into it. So we're working hard. We're getting ready to go to a team camp that we did before. I told you yesterday we played in Birmingham, 11-on-11, played a heck of a team, did well. But we've got to go to this team camp, and it starts today, and we got to work on our minds, our body, and our soul. And our 3 C words that we go, I've always got something that I put for our kids. Losing's not option. It's always going to be, when I'm in Talladega, that's losing is not an option. But our 3 C words is, first one, we got to connect. Second one, commitment. And then the third one that I tell them every day we got to be consistent. Okay? So to answer that, I'm not up here. I just tell you, Talladega's got a long way to go. But we're getting there step by step.
Just talk about year 2, Coach. Second year, last year, successful season.
Devontae, it's not about me. Let me tell you something. What it's about. Okay. Head coaching to me, I don't even really like it. Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because head coaching, you coach your coaches, your coaches coach your players. I had to I'm a coach. I like to get out on the field and I coach. But I'm telling you where it is. I've got some great coaches. I brought one today. My offensive coordinator, Vincent Harris, is going to be a exceptional young coach. I told him, I said, look, I'm getting old. Feel right in there. I'm just telling you, I've got a great one. I hired a great defensive coordinator, Brian Quarles. And then I go on, I got Marte Pope coaches my defensive line. I got Coach Webb coaches my running backs. I got Coach Carr secondary. I was able to hire Coach Harper out of South Carolina. I played with him years ago. He's Jimbo Fisher's big buddy. I've got him here at Talladega. He's coaching the receivers. I got some great coaches. Coach Parnell's coaching my quarterbacks. It's about them and our team. It's not about Coach Darby. I don't care about accolades. I don't care what we've done. I want our program. I want Talladega, the city of Talladega, to be proud of this football team and our school system to be proud of this football team. We just hired and he's here today, Tony Ball. He is big into academics, athletics. That's what we're doing. I'm at Talladega. I go on, every time I get on a platform, that's where I'm at. Because I'm telling you, they have been satisfied with losing all these years. Just not athletically in football. It's been in other things that we've done. And I'm sick of it. Losing is not an option for Ted Darby. So it's not about Ted Darby. It's about Talladega Tigers.
I was talking about the program, Coach.
That's where we're going. Program, that's where we're going. Okay? I'm just telling you, that's where we're going. And I don't sleep and won't rest till we get there. So, but we got a long ways to go. These men, I say it every day to these guys. I want these guys to be great fathers, great employees, and be great dads. That's my goal. And these are my boys. I'm just telling you, this team, my coaches, and that's where we're going. I tell them, I'll love them hard, but I'm going to coach you hard.
Okay, Ted, I'll ask you two things. One, I'm going to ask everybody here, what's your take on the instant replay stuff, and did you buy the equipment?
We don't have the money for it. It's the craziest thing I ever said. Now look, here, it would be great. We're already in the state of Alabama having problems trying to get officials, okay? You can't hardly get them. Now, I've always said it for years. When you get a venue at Auburn in Alabama, they've got the technology to do it because that game does count. One play does count. It may be a ring or not. I think that's where it should done. I'm a little man on the totem pole. We're not going to have it at Talladega. I'm not until we can get more money. I'm not a big, what are you going to do? I think it's going to make the game longer. You know what? Officials, most of the time you go back, they made the right call. But to have that, I think, they don't get paid enough as it is, and they're everybody's enemy. I don't think that I'm just not a big advocate for it.
The other thing is you opened with Alexandria
Yes.
last year, and I know you're worried about your team. I understand that. But last year when you opened with Alexandria, they were Frank's team. Now they've got
Todd
Yin coaching that team. What do you expect out of that from your season?
I used to chip off the old block. I mean, we don't know what he's doing. You're going to take a program. I mean, his dad was very successful. You take the guy before Coach Ginn, Lou Scales. I mean, those Ginns, they can coach. And so I expect Alexander, is that's why I tell you I play them. To me, they're one of the top programs around. They do things right. And, I want our kids, that's why we open it up. And then we're opening up with Mumford. Lord have mercy. I met athletes out your ears out there. So I meant for us, and then our region. Shoot, I meant Childersburg has gotten good. I mean, you go Leeds, Hanley, Hopeful. I heard they got a quarterback. And so it's a tough region. We just go take one game at a time. That's what we're doing. We're worried about Alexander embarrassed us last year. I mean, they know we it was just new coaching staff came in, new things done. I mean, we just want to get better. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Coach, let's talk about jumping out for it. On this schedule, you just touched on it a little bit. But
it's SEC at 4A. I mean, it's you take look. Hanley 2 years ago they won it. Leeds has won it multiple times. So the last 4 or 5 years, we got two teams sitting right in there that's won 4A state championship. Okay, so I know things have changed. Then you got Coach Beverly does a great job at Childersburg. They look good. Lincoln. I mean, Coach Zedeker doing a great job. I mean, every one of those guys, and I can't leave them out. I mean, we've got a tough 4A, and that's just our kids. We know that. We got to play one game every week on Fridays. I mean, we got to come to play because there's everyone that we got is going to be a dogfight. So tough region. SEC at 4A.
talk about the guys you haven't coming back. You lost Ashton, you lost Fred.
Can't replace them.
Guys coming in.
I can't replace them. But you know what? That's football. I mean, here I've got two seniors sitting up here with me right now. Next year when we're here, they won't be here. I can't replace them. What we got to do, Lamonte, we got to step up, and these guys have. I was so proud of them yesterday. I mean, they're stepping up. They understand what work ethic is now and accountability and what we're doing here at Talladega and what my coaches are doing and our systems we're running. I told these kids, Talladega's always had athletes. Heart, guts, learning what work ethic is. Nobody's they're not giving you nothing. Okay? So that's what we've done. I can't replace those guys. They're going on, they're playing college ball and going on, wish them luck. But I miss them. But we got to move on. And that's just the way it is. That's the process.
Jake, just talk about the upcoming season, man. What you got for the college?
It's my senior year, so I'm excited about it.
What's your goals?
Well, the main goal is playoffs, but this time we want to go further than the first round. And our goal is a championship.
Scales.
Yeah.
What's your goals for the season? What you guys want to accomplish this year?
First of all, I gotta prove a lot of people wrong because last year I got hurt first game. So that's my first goal overall. Second goal, the region championship. Third goal, 10-0 regular season. And final goal, state championship.
My goals for the season, I want to go all the way. Like, we don't work too hard to not go. So I feel like we can compete with every team that we have on our schedule. So that's my main goal. I want to win it all.
How did last year, with Anna Carroll and everything you had, it came up short? How did that motivate you guys for the offseason? Carroll was the number one team.
They were number 2 when we played. Yeah, number 2.
Well, for them to be number 2 team in the state, they didn't show us why they were number 2. I felt like we should have won, but we fell short, and that just motivated me to work harder. You know, like Coach Darby said, we got to be connected, committed, consistent. So that's what we living by right now.
I'm gonna let you kids. Here's I told the coaches. We came off the field, and there's some of these right here. This one's on crutches, crying. You come off the field, I see kids crying. Okay? I don't know if they ever cried over a football game in the last 30 years there. All right? Now you say when that, but that means, see, when you put work, blood, sweat, and tears in something, it's hard to give it up. We got up in the dressing room and I talked to them. You hug the seniors and you tell them and just what we got to do. Some of these guys were coming off the field, they just grabbed the coach. This won't happen anymore. We see what you mean. Their mindset changed because no one thought we should even be there at the beginning of the season. And these kids has learned what work is. They started mature. The process started. It started during the season because now losing's not an option. They don't want to give that up. They hate losing and the work that they've had to put in. It's what I tell them. There's nothing free, men, in this world. Nothing. You can have a free lunch. It ain't free. And that's what these young men, I'm so proud of them for, because we're going to fight you every cotton picking ball game. If you win against Talladega, you're going to earn it. That's what we're getting there, Levante. And that's what I saw at the Carroll game. My coaching staff, they can sit here and do. I mean, you just see a change in their demeanor. You know, we had that game. But if and buts was candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Okay? So that's what I saw. And you can ask these guys, but from the head coach, that's what I can tell you happened. Okay?
I mean, you got your quarterback back from last season. What do you want to see from Mr. Scales?
Well, he's got to be a playmaker. But I played that in college. That's where I played. And I played for Jimbo Fisher, and he and I used to. I mean, it was like butting heads all the time. This is the thing a quarterback does. Okay. Quarterbacks got to get the ball in playmakers' hands. You've got to run the game out. You really are a head coach on the field. This kid is as smart of a kid. One of the best kids I've ever coached. Got mom and dad great. And, and an apple doesn't fall far from a tree. He's a yes or no sir kid. Dependable, going to be on time. It just great. Got all the qualities of being a great quarterback. God has blessed him with a lot of ability. And he's got to learn the game, learn his reads. I'm telling you, sky's his limit. He's on a mission. I mean, it took him to his leg. I thought he just got it bruised. His shin, you take a baseball bat, it's hard to break a shin. Well, it broke it in two. And the pain wasn't that much. I mean, he just, coach, I think I can go in, and then he'd put pressure on it and just go away. Then we'll get it x-rayed. It's broke. He's out the whole season. Okay? He's hungry. He's worked this summer and would come up and throw after we get through working out, bring receivers up. They throw in the afternoon, and it's not mandatory. But it shows leadership. I tell my kids all the time, I don't care what grade you're in, leader is earned. It's not because you're in the 12th grade, 11th grade, 10th grade. It's earned. So I expect him to run this offense, learn, cut the mistakes. I want first downs, touchdowns. And it starts with the quarterback. Okay? Yes, sir.
You talk a lot about how the culture has changed among your players and everything, and the turnarounds happening there. Talk about community support for the program and how much that's changed in the past year with winning.
A lot. But, you know, I mean, you got people who go sit out and go, that's an accident. Okay? This is a process. You saw pride come back in the city of Talladega. I mean, football, I'm just telling you, there's nothing like a Friday night football game, high school football game. So, I mean, we are getting a lot of support from in the city. Now, we need, depending on what you say support is, okay? I mean, there's a lot of things you can get. Monetary, you know, moral support. We're getting a little of both, but, you know, we got a lot of people sitting back saying, what are they going to do again this year? What are they going to do next year? Okay? When you hadn't won, and I can tell you this, all right? My coaches, I tell them every day in the meeting, if you had a great football program, 6-5 get you fired. I'm not happy with 6-5. Never will be. So to answer Mr. Dunaway, to answer your question, we're getting support, but they're expecting, our community's expecting more too. Okay? Just like we are.
Talk about your schedule a little bit more. You took the 1A teams off, and you.
I didn't take them off. They didn't want to play. I'm just going to be real. They found other things they wanted to do, and I meant that's I didn't take them off. You know, there's some that I thought that we could have played probably pretty good money games, and you know, I'm good friends with Coach Smith at Welber, and you just said Talladega. That's not Talladega of the old. You know, and we always try to find, you can't find in these great teams, and there's great programs we were playing, 1A, 3As, that was some good ones, but you always got to find you some on the team. Not saying none of these teams are any good, but when you go into a dog fight and then you're trying to get into region play, you know, a lot of people said I'm not that smart playing Alexander and in Mumford, but you know, and at this time in our process, we've got to play good people. We got to see where we're at. Just like we went yesterday. We saw where we was at. So we got a lot of work to do. So I didn't take them off. I had to do that. I'm playing Mumford, says Silicon. I want to play. I told Matt's a good friend of mine. I mean, he is. But it doesn't make sense. I wanted to play. I wanted to get a mentality. I'm going to play him later. And it'd be a good money game. But there's just some things that Coach Darby's got in my mind that we need to do for this program. And that's the vision. That's the way we're going, that direction. I can't play them all. I mean, I only play 10 games. You know, if high school gives us 15 game schedule, I'll play them all.
Well, they do give you 15 games.
But you got to go all the way to But you won't be playing the ones that's local. They'll be your rivals. You're right.
Any further questions? I'd like to thank Coach Darby.
Before you do that, I want to tell you something, okay? I want to thank you, media. I've been a lot of places coaching. This is one of the best. Griff, you do a great job with this. And for high school football, and I've been to a lot of different places to cover what's in Talladega County, you do an exceptional job, and I want to tell you thank you.
We appreciate it. We certainly appreciate it and value the work that the coaches do. I know for in many cases, coaches spend more time with other people's children than their own. and coaches oftentimes are the greatest influence in the lives of our student athletes, and we certainly do. Thank you guys for being here, and good luck this year, Coach. Childersburg will be up shortly.